The wind sang a warrior's song through Perseus's hair. He soared above the world, a god amongst men. His winged sandals, gifts from Hermes, carried him with effortless grace. Below, lands blurred into a tapestry of greens and browns, oceans a swirling canvas of blue. He, Perseus, had slain the Gorgon Medusa. He clutched the head, still dripping venom, in his kibisis. He had faced the gaze that turned men to stone and emerged victorious. The world stretched before him, vast and unknown. His heart beat with the rhythm of adventure, with the promise of a future unwritten. He would return to his mother a hero, the Gorgon's head a testament to his courage. But for now he had to keep moving. He couldn't linger, not with the weight of Medusa's gaze still heavy in his mind. The very air seemed to hum with the memory of her, the hiss of her serpentine hair echoing in the wind. Below he saw the land scarred by her venom, forests petrified, their stillness a haunting reminder of her power. He saw the remnants of villages turned to stone in an instant, silent figures frozen mid-stride, a chilling tableau of Medusa's wrath. He knew that he had not chosen this quest, that fate had thrust it upon him. But still the burden of their deaths weighed heavy on his soul. He vowed to use the Gorgon's head wisely, to ensure that no one else would suffer the fate of those petrified souls below. Perseus landed on the edge of a forest, his feet touching the ground with a soft thud, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. He needed rest, his body aching from the long journey, needed to wash the grime of his journey from his skin and the weight of his deeds from his mind. He found a stream, its water crystal clear, and drank deeply, the coolness soothing his parched throat. The water felt like a balm, washing away not just the dirt, but also the fatigue. He ate sparingly from the provisions in his satchel, knowing he had to ration his food carefully, the taste of dried meat and fruit never sweeter. Each bite was a reminder of his survival and resilience. He looked up at the sky, feeling the weight of the world lift off his shoulders, the first stars beginning to appear, twinkling like distant beacons of hope, and felt a sense of peace settle over him. He was alive, and that was enough for now. He had faced his fears and emerged victorious, his heart swelling with a mix of pride and relief. But even in his moment of triumph, he couldn't shake off the feeling of sadness. A shadow of melancholy lingered. The memories of those he had lost weighed heavily on him. He knew that his journey was far from over, that many challenges still lay ahead, that the road ahead would be fraught with dangers unknown. Yet he was ready to face whatever came his way, for he was Perseus, the hero with a heart both light and heavy. The next morning, the sun rose, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. Refreshed and rejuvenated, Perseus took to the sky once more. He flew for what felt like hours, the wind whipping at his face, until he reached a land unlike any he had ever seen before. This was the realm of Atlas, the Titan condemned to hold the heavens upon his shoulders. The land was lush and verdant, a paradise of rolling hills and sparkling streams. Orchards overflowed with fruit, their branches heavy with the weight of their bounty. Herds of sheep grazed peacefully in meadows dotted with wildflowers. At the heart of this idyllic landscape lay a garden. The air itself seemed to hum with an ancient magic, potent and intoxicating. But beneath the beauty, Perseus sensed a current of unease, a feeling that something was amiss. The air crackled with a tension he couldn't quite place, as if the very fabric of reality was on edge. He had heard the whispers, the rumours that spread like wildfire through the lands of men, tales of impending doom. A prophecy whispered in hushed tones of a thief who would steal the golden apples, bringing chaos to the world, disrupting the balance of power. Atlas, once a mighty Titan, now a prisoner in his own paradise, was burdened with the knowledge of this prophecy, a secret he could share with no one. He lived in constant fear, his heart heavy with the weight of his responsibility, knowing that the fate of the world rested on his shoulders. He had seen the rise and fall of gods and men, the ebb and flow of fate, the shifting sands of time. He knew that the prophecy would come to pass, that destiny was a force that even he, a Titan, could not defy, no matter how much he wished otherwise. He was a prisoner of his own making, trapped by fear and prophecy, unable to escape the shadows of his own mind. Perseus landed at the edge of the garden, his heart heavy with weariness. He had travelled far, and the journey had taken its toll. He approached Atlas, the Titan's form towering above him like a mountain, his shoulders stooped under the weight of the sky. Perseus spoke, his voice respectful, his words measured. "Great Atlas, son of Iapetus, I come to you as a supplicant. Grant me shelter for the night, and I shall be on my way." Atlas turned, his eyes narrowed, suspicion etched on his weathered features. He saw the kibyssus slung over Perseus's shoulder, saw the way the young hero carried himself, the air of confidence radiating from him. He had heard whispers of Perseus, the Gorgon slayer, the hero who defied the gods. "Shelter?" Atlas boomed, his voice echoing through the garden like thunder. "Journey?" Atlas laughed, a humorless sound that echoed through the garden. "What journey could be so important that it brings you to my doorstep, little demigod? Are you here for the apples, is that it?" He pointed a finger, thick as a tree trunk, at Perseus. "I see it in your eyes, the greed that drives all mortals," Perseus retorted, his patience wearing thin. "You mistake me, Atlas. I have no interest in your apples. I seek only shelter, a place to rest my weary limbs." He held up his hands, palms open in a gesture of peace. But Atlas was beyond reason. "Begone!" Atlas roared, his voice shaking the very foundations of the earth. "You mistake kindness for weakness, Atlas," Perseus said, his voice cold and hard as steel. He reached into his kibyssus, his fingers brushing against the cold, leathery skin of the Gorgon's head. "I offered you respect, but you offer me only scorn. Very well, then. Bear witness to the fate you have brought upon yourself." Atlas sneered, his eyes flashing with anger. "You think you can threaten me, little demigod?" he boomed. "I am Atlas. I hold the weight of the heavens upon my shoulders. What power could you possibly possess?" Perseus said nothing. He simply opened the kibyssus, revealing the severed head of Medusa within. Perseus watched, a mixture of pity and satisfaction stirring within him. He had not wanted this, had not sought to add another victim to Medusa's tally. But Atlas had left him no choice. Sometimes even the mightiest fall. The once proud Titan, his body now a mountain of unyielding stone, became a permanent fixture in the landscape. Perseus turned away, the image of Atlas's petrified face etched into his memory. He took to the sky, the setting sun casting long shadows across the land. He felt no joy in his victory, only a profound sadness. He had learned a valuable lesson that day, a lesson etched in stone and etched in blood. He had the Gorgon's head, a trophy of his bravery and a symbol of his triumph. He had fulfilled a part of the prophecy that had haunted him for so long, a prophecy that had shaped his very existence. But his journey was far from over. The path ahead was still shrouded in mystery and danger. He could feel it in his bones, in the very air he breathed. The weight of destiny pressed upon him. His destiny was still unfolding, a path laid out before him, fraught with unknown dangers and unforeseen challenges. Each step he took was a step into the unknown. He knew that the world held many more trials, many more monsters to slay. Each battle would test his strength and resolve. And somewhere out there, in the vast expanse of the world, his mother waited, her heart filled with hope for his safe return. Her prayers were his guiding light. He would face whatever lay ahead with courage and with compassion, his heart hardened by experience, yet still open to the possibility of hope. He was determined to remain true to himself. The stars twinkled above him, a million pinpricks of light in the vast darkness. They were a reminder of the infinite possibilities that lay ahead. He closed his eyes, the warmth of the fire lulling him into a restless sleep. Dreams of past victories and future battles danced in his mind, a constant reminder of his destiny.